Greetings, dear viewer. In this video I will tell you and show how Chinese manufacturers of inexpensive shock absorbers for scooters lure or rather deceive amateurs, because I think professionals would not even look at this. And some of you will say, what do you want it for such a price? And will be absolutely right. But what I will show you is the high of cynicism. Well, in general, why did I suddenly decide to change shock absorbers? Because the scooter was bought just a couple of months ago. The fact is that the shock absorbers installed by the seller are very solid. And since here in Shenzhen most of the time you have to drive on the sidewalks, I was madly shaking. The sensations were similar to ride a bicycle without a single shock absorber, and even with the wheels without tubes. Plus, the accompanying rattling noise of everything that could make noise caused even more irritation. And this despite the fact that the scooter is not cheap. So the expectations with reality, according to the classic, diverged. And after a short search on Taobao, this is the Chinese equivalent of Amazon, I found quite good rear shock absorbers for 199 RMB. And they turned out to be quite good. Exactly as I wanted to have. Smooth and soft reverse action. Like that. They are quite soft and they have smooth reverse action, you see? Not like a banal spring action. By the way, those that were installed when buying were just that. They were very rigid. And although I did not check them, but now I think that there is absolutely the same fake as in these. I mean, I think that the balloon there also doesn't work. Because the price is not at all high, and I was so happy, so from the same seller I ordered front ones, but when they arrived it turned out that they're absolutely the same that were already on the scooter. So I just sent them back. But anyway, new rear shock absorbers are really better than originals. And after installing them, I had the feeling that I was driving on a flat rear wheel. Although pressure they are now more than 35 psi. But on the front wheel, I specifically released the pressure in order to somehow soften it, but it still shakes a lot. So I rummaged through Taobao again and found a seemingly worthwhile option. I'm talking about this. A little more expensive than the previous one, and besides, the seller wrote to me that the balloon on the shock absorber is really working. And actually he didn't lie, but it turned out that the balloon here is completely, absolutely by itself. That is, as an ornament or lure for people like me. Just look at this. There, how they looks originally. From this one, I already took out the blocking ring from here, and I will try to show you now what is inside. Yeah, it's good. Yeah, 1 second. Back. As you can see here, what we have inside? Nothing. As you can see, there is no any channels connecting with the shock absorbing system. But the high of cynicism lies in the fact that when I wrote to the seller about this, he answered me, "It can be pumped up." I said, yes, it can be inflated, but it does not affect the operation of the shock absorber in any way. And what do you think he said? He said, "But pumping is obvious." Seriously? I told him, why is this necessary if it's not connected with the shock absorber for beauty? And then he says, this is the Fast Ace settings. Fast Ace is their brand name. Well, I think that I'm going to try these shocks anyway, because I think that they're better than the originals, and even with my hands I can squeeze them without putting extra effort. And although they don't have smooth return, smooth reverse action, I think that they will smooth out the bumps on the road better, which in fact is what I need in the first. Well, then I'll show you the difference between before and after installing new shock absorbers, and in the next video I will review all the scooter and will tell you about all the pros and cons of this scooter. So keep watching, subscribe to my channel, finger up, and see ya! Well, to be honest, I didn't notice any significant changes. Feels, yes, it has become a little softer, but just a little bit. And on the video it looks the same. So I think I'll put up with it, or in the future I'll look for a more expensive option.